Welcome to episode 38 of my Yarny Corner. My name's Alex and I live in Yorkshire in the UK, and this is a podcast all about knitting and crochet. So welcome everybody, I hope you're all okay and I hope you've had a lovely crafty week. Today is Wednesday the 3rd of August and this video will go onto YouTube tomorrow on the 4th of August at 9 AM in the morning. Just moved you down a little bit. I've finally got my other selfie stick, so this week the camera won't keep sliding down and I won't be sat here talking like this the whole time. So we've got a few things to talk about today. There's a couple of admin-y things that I just want to go through first before we get into any of the knitting and crochet content. So the first thing being the giveaway from last week. Thank you very much to those of you that have been in touch. Your prizes are on the way. The one that's going to Australia will be a couple of weeks, but the other ones should be there today or tomorrow. Fingers crossed, it should be fine. So thank you for those of you that have been in touch. One person hadn't been in touch, so I'm going to leave it open another 2 weeks just to give that person chance to reply. I'm so behind with all my podcasts, so I totally get it. I'm so far behind. So it's just going to be a case of you haven't caught up yet, which is absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave it open another couple of weeks. So this episode and next episode. And if I haven't heard anything after that, then I'll redraw that last prize. So that is that. So thank you for everyone that took part in the giveaway. I really appreciate it. And I wish that I could have given everybody a prize. But there'll be more giveaways to come anyway. The second thing we need to talk about is the make-along. We need to draw the winner for the make-along, which is running over on Instagram. So I'll put the make-along on the screen. That is the hashtag inspiration make-along. For those of you that don't know, it's a really informal make-along. All you have to do is make something that's been inspired by somebody else or some yarn that you've seen or anything like that. So if you've been inspired, I made the Whitmore cardigan, I was inspired by Davina of Little Workroom Crafts. So when I put my entry into the make-along, I tagged Davina. You must be able to tag the person that's inspired you, be it a yarn dyer or another YouTuber or your friend or whatever. You must tag the person that has inspired you to make it. You don't have to finish your project. You can enter as many times as you want. You can enter as many projects as you want. You can enter that I'm going to cast on this and haven't even started it yet. It doesn't matter. It's just a way of spreading the love a little bit and showing people who's inspired you. So with that being said, the 1st of August was on Monday, so we do need to draw winners for last month. So I have them all written down in my book. There were 20 this month, so quite a low month this month. So there they all are. And I've gone through, I've clicked the recent tab on Instagram. So I've done everything in order and I've just started at the first one and written them all down in order. So we have 20. So I am going to be using our little artificial intelligence friend. I'm afraid it's the way that I pick winners. So you may want to mute me if you don't want yours going off. So Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 20.
3.
Number 3, and that is, I'm going to struggle to say this. McCaig Eileen, is that right? I'm sorry if that's wrong. I will put your Instagram username on the screen and I will add that to my stories later on today as well. So that was number 3. Can you see that? Excuse my writing here. So please get in touch with me, preferably an email or an Instagram direct message, and you have won a pattern of your choice from Ravelry up to the value of £10. So if you get in touch, let me know what pattern you'd like and your Ravelry username and I will gift that pattern to you. So congratulations. So that is that. Was that it for admin things? I think so. I think that's everything that I needed to talk about to start with. I've got a dog hair on my coffee. That's so gross. So, let me just check I've got nothing else written down on the admin. No, one giveaway winner still to contact me, and the Instagram giveaway, which I have done. Yeah, that's everything. So we shall get into the knitting content. Knitting and crochet content this week. So I have one finished object. I've literally just put it on Instagram this morning. So those of you that follow me on Instagram, by the time this video goes out, you'll probably have seen this already. It is, are you ready for this? My virus shawl is finished. If you can hear that noise outside, I'm hoping that's not going to come up really loud. I may have to shut the windows. Just one second. I've closed the windows, so hopefully that helps. I think it's just a lawnmower, a few gardens up, but it may be really loud on the camera. Anyway, this is my virus shawl, and this is a crochet item. I've made this using Mariner's yarns, and it's the ones that I got 2 cones. This was a 500 gram cone. I'm not sure how much I've used. I think I've used about half the cone, so probably about 250 grams on this. It's absolutely beautiful. I've used a 3mm hook and I absolutely love it. Perfect size for me for the winter. And this is my entry into Ruth's Make Along. I'll put the hashtag on the screen. It's the Across the Pond Shawl Cal, and Ruth is hosting that make along with Fernanda. I think it's Fernanda, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, from Little Monkeys and Me. So I'll put the hashtag on the screen. There is a finished objects hashtag, which is the Across the Pond Shawl Cal FO, I believe. That's what I've entered mine on anyway, so I'm hoping that's right. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't say it's a beginner crochet project. It's a really easy project, but you do need to count quite a lot. It doesn't bother me because I find that quite mindless when I'm having to count, because you can really zone out and just get on with it. But you do have to concentrate on what you're doing. Not massively so, it's not like making lace in knitting or anything like that. I can still watch telly while I'm counting, and it's quite easy to see if you've made a mistake. And it's crochet, so it's easy to pull back as well. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shawl, and it's all blocked. I blocked it yesterday. I didn't steam block it usually because it's obviously this is 100% acrylic, so normally I would steam block acrylic, but I couldn't be bothered. So I just soaked it in some hot water, and it was really windy yesterday, so I just put it on the line outside and just put a million pegs around it to get the shape. And other than this bit at the bottom, which is a bit kinked, and you see it's come out quite well. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. It's beautiful. I'll put it on one more time. I can't keep it on because it's quite warm. But that's just going to go under I've got a dark blue denim jacket that I wear a lot, and that'll look lovely with that in the winter. And it will keep me nice and warm. So my first entry into Ruth's Make Along, and it's finished. I'm really pleased. That's what I said I wanted to do last week. I wanted to get this finished over any of the other projects that I had on the go, because I've got at the moment, I feel like a little bit overwhelmed with all my projects again, because all my projects are quite big projects, or there were. I had 2 shawls on the go, one of them being the Stephen West Vertices Unite, which you all know is a huge project. This one, which although it's not a huge project, it still takes a little bit of time. And then I've got the Miles shirt jacket on the go as well. And I'm itching to cast on something new. I really, really am. But I just need to make a little bit of headway with the things that I've got first. If I can get another large project off the needles, I'll cast on something new. I don't mind casting on socks. I'll cast on as many socks as I physically have needles for. That doesn't bother me at all. But I don't want to cast on anything big just yet. So I'm really pleased this one is done. So that's that. So, on to works in progress. So because I spent all last week working on that, there's not been a great deal of progress on my other projects. Nevertheless, there has been progress, so I'm quite pleased. It's kind of funny at the moment because going on to weekly podcasts, because before I used to podcast fortnightly, which gave me a lot of time to make progress on things, and I always felt that I had a lot to talk about. And switching to weekly podcasts, it's been a bit, oh my God, what am I going to talk about this week if I've only worked on one thing? But I'm getting used to it. I am getting used to it, so it's all fine. So what shall we talk about next? We'll go on to socks. I showed these socks last week. So these are the Rose City Rollers socks. Whoops, I'm dropping my labels and I'm dropping my socks. Sorry for disappearing off the camera there. No. I'm using, I showed you this week, I'll just quickly go over it again. I've lost the label, there it is. I'm using Stylecraft All Stars and the colourway is Saltaire, which is this one. So I was talking last week about this and I said that after making my first one, which was this sock, the colourway has quite a long repeat, so I knew the second sock wouldn't come out anything like the first sock, and I don't mind them being slightly different, but this would have been very different. So my idea was this would be the first sock of one pair, and then the second sock I make would be the first sock of a second pair. So hopefully I'll get 4 socks out of this yarn. So I did finish the second sock, and now you'll be able to see what I mean. I should have sock blockers out really. So this is the first sock I made, and this, let me get some blockers, hang on. Right, I have blockers now. So this was the first sock that I made, and because of the long colourway repeat, I knew the second sock would come out very, very different, which it did. Like I say, I don't mind the socks not being exactly the same, but these are nowhere near a pair. So this was the second sock, and as you can see, it's got a lot more of the yellow and blue as opposed to this one. So this will be the first sock of the second pair. And now I will cast on the second sock of this one, which as you can see, although it still won't match 100%, it'll be a lot more similar. You can see the colourway, there's no blue at all. So it'll match this one. Then by the time I've done this one, I should be back to somewhere like these colours to make the second sock of this one. So that's the plan. So I have 2 socks, 2 half-finished objects, but they're not a pair yet. But I really like this colourway more than this one. They're both lovely. It's a gorgeous pattern. I didn't use the heel that's recommended in the pattern. I did use the shadow wrap heel, which I usually use. It's one of my favourite heels. And they were so quick to make because there's obviously no cuff whatsoever. You just cast on the required number of stitches. For me, I cast on 64 stitches and then I knit 15 rounds before starting the heel. So you can basically do all the way down to your heel in about an hour and a half, and then you can finish it quite quick. So that is those. They're a really gorgeous pattern. The link, I believe, is working on Ravelry again at the moment, so it should be there for you to download if you'd like to make them. But I will make quite a few of these. There's the other one that I want as well, the jelly roll socks. I keep wanting to try those too, but I'm not keen on the design that's on the arch of the foot. So I think if I took that out, I'm more or less making these. So is there any point in buying the pattern if I'm not going to be making that bit? But they're really quick, super fun, super easy pattern. And if you haven't got a lot of yarn as well, I wonder how much yarn I've actually used. I'll be able to tell you more at the end. Oh, I could weigh that. Hang on a minute. So, just weighed them, and that's approximately 20 grams of yarn. So if you don't have a lot of yarn, that's a really, really good sock. So one pair of socks, about 40 grams, which is really good if you've got not a massive amount of yarn left, but you want to make a pair of socks. Those are a great project. So that's those. Move these blockers out of the way and put this one back. Now my next project is the Mysslebourgh hat. I showed this last week. There's not been a huge amount of progress on this, but nevertheless there has been progress, so I'm going to show it. So this is it. And this is using the yarn that I got from Day Designs. It was the giveaway yarn that I won from the sock along. And this is the hat so far. I was a bit concerned. I told you my last one that I made didn't fit at all, so I went off my own gauge, ignored what it said in the pattern, used my own gauge and took it from there. I've used 2.75mm needles and I'm making the extra large. So I was a bit concerned because that looked really, really small, but I've put it onto larger cables and it's fine. I think it'll be absolutely fine. I think my gauge, my own measurements that I took, I think is going to work out fine. So I'm not as concerned now because it's all bunched up here all the way around. You can't really see how big it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. I've finished the increases. I'm just into the straight stocking stitch all the way down now. So there's not a great deal to say about it, but it's a really nice pick up, put down project. Especially if you're binging a series on Netflix and you just want something to do with your hands, it's great. So I am making progress with it. Just not a huge amount of progress, but progress is progress nonetheless. It's not going to be a project that I sort of gravitate towards and think, oh, I'm going to sit and work on that all day. It's just going to be a project that I pick up and just put down whenever I feel like just doing a little bit of plain knitting. Normally with my projects, I have a day where I think, right, I'm going to work on that and make some real progress on that. That's not going to be one of those projects. It's just going to be a pick up, put down, because I've got so many other big projects that I need to get on with. But nevertheless, that is that. And the last one that I've worked on this past week has been my Stephen West Vertices Unite. If any of you follow Hannah from Hannah's Happy Space, oh my God, she's done amazing. She's also making the Vertices Unite, and she has done section 1, section 2 and section 3, and her colours are gorgeous. I'll link Hannah's channel down below. She has a YouTube channel and it's absolutely brilliant. I'm sure you all already watch Hannah. Anybody that watches me will watch Hannah, I'm sure. But yeah, she's really zooming through it and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm kind of playing catch up at the moment with Hannah. But I didn't pick it up till last night. So there's not, move them out of there and move that over there. There's not a huge amount of progress on it because I was working on the virus shawl. But there has been progress. So I'm about halfway now through section 2. So I don't lose the stitches. So this is it. This is section 2. I really, really like it. I love those colours together. To me, these are two striped colours. They don't even look striped at all. It's kind of like giving it a camouflage effect. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's actually these two colours that are striped. And I just love the way it's turned out. I really do. I'm itching to get into section 3, but I'm still enjoying section 2, so I'm not too concerned. And section 2 is getting quicker and quicker because you're finishing the row at a shorter length each time. But yeah, isn't it gorgeous? Section 3 is this yarn. So this is the Cabin Boy Knits one. And the fibre is Polworth Superwash, I think. Yeah. And I think that I need to skein this up because I've no idea what it's going to... Should we have a little look at it? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Let's have a little look. I've not even opened it myself. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I think that is going to look perfect. So, oops. Oh no, have I dropped stitches? No, no. No, 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 no. No, I haven't. I think that is going to be the perfect colour to go in the next section. Isn't it beautiful? I absolutely love it. Wow. So yeah, I'm just plodding on. The Stephen West will get a lot more work on it this week. Now my other shawl's finished. Let's put that back in there. I may even wind this yarn up today, just so it's ready. And that's it for all the colours. They're all the colours I'm using. So we've got this orange and purple one, the green and black one, and then the cabin boy knits that I've showed you. So the next section will be the cabin boy knits, and I believe that's just that yarn. It's not striped with any other. I've done the large version. I kind of think if you're going to do a Stephen West, you may as well go big or go home. So I've gone for the large version. It's going to be huge. It's so soft and drapey as well. I absolutely love it. So yeah, just keep plodding on with it. Oh, I haven't cast on Danny's Forks teddy that he wants yet. I will cast that on in the next few weeks. Like I say, I just need to make some progress in some of these larger projects. I'm just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Too many projects and not enough time at all. So there was a few other things that I wanted to talk about. The first one being, I should have kept the email. Yes, I did. Where are we? Wool Warehouse. Wool Warehouse is 10 years old. They are having a birthday celebration. We all shop at Wool Warehouse, I'm absolutely sure. So Wool Warehouse is 10 today. And to celebrate our 10th birthday, we are giving away 50 £10 gift vouchers and 10 Wool Warehouse gift boxes, which sounds amazing. So for a chance to win a gift voucher, all you need to do is place an order with a value of £25 or over on our website between midnight the 3rd of August and midnight on the 17th of August. And that enters you for a chance to win a gift voucher. For a chance to win a gift box, all you need to do is comment sharing one of your makes on our Facebook Whip Wednesday post, or tag us in one of your makes on Instagram between midnight on the 3rd of August and midnight on the 17th of August to be in with a chance of winning a gift box. And I've just put that shawl. I should have tagged Wool Warehouse in that. I'm going to edit that and put them in it. So orders will be selected at random and the lucky winners will find an envelope containing a £10 gift voucher in their woolly delivery. Comments and tags will be randomly selected and you will be contacted to confirm your address so we can send out a lovely woolly gift box. I think that's a great idea. So if you've been waiting for a Wool Warehouse order, I suggest you get one in between now and the 17th of August to be in with a chance of winning one of those as well. I'm going to be doing that. I need some more sock yarn. So there is that I wanted to talk about. And the other thing is, Danny bought me a magazine the other day when we were out shopping. I don't tend to buy a lot of the magazines anymore. But this one has Peter Rabbit in it. Look. So this is the Simply Knitting and it is issue 227. For those of you that have the Readly app, it will be on there. But look at Peter Rabbit. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just beautiful. Obviously it's knitting, not crochet, and they've got all these camper vans as well, which anyone that knows me knows I love camper vans. So I just wanted to show this magazine. This also came free with this magazine as well, and it's got some gorgeous patterns in it. So this one for a start. Sorry about the glare there. Which I think is gorgeous. There was another one that I really liked. This one, the Tangerine Dream, which is marked as easy. Isn't it beautiful? What yarn is that made with? 2 strands of mohair. This one. Sorry about the glare. Isn't it gorgeous? Well, I think that was it. I'll just check. Oh no, this one. There's a vest top, which I don't tend to make vest tops, but I know a lot of others make them. But I think that was it, out of the ones that I like. There's loads of patterns in it. Tank tops, cardigans, yeah. So, although I don't buy knitting magazines anymore, like I say, because they are expensive, and usually when I get them, there's only sort of one thing that I'd make out of them. And to be honest, I normally buy them for the free gifts. I'm such a child. But this one is £6.99, so it's not one of the most expensive ones at all. And there are some really nice patterns in this issue. This one especially is in the main issue, in the main magazine. See that? That's gorgeous. There was something else in here aside from the Peter Rabbit. Oh, there's the Peter Rabbit. That's a better picture of Peter Rabbit, isn't it beautiful? It's just gorgeous. This is why Danny chose this magazine, because he knew I'd like the Peter Rabbit. But I like these as well. These little sunflower coasters. That would just be an I-card, I should imagine. So if you're stuck on patterns at the moment and you would like to make... Oh, I like that. Why didn't I see that the first time around? I would recommend this magazine. There's some gorgeous patterns in this one. Quite a few patterns, which is unusual for me to see so many in one magazine that I like. That's a nice blanket. I can't show you that because it's got the pattern on the front, so I can't show you that one. So yeah, that was the other thing that I just wanted to mention quickly. So we've had, let me grab my coffee. So that is it for the knitting and crochet content. Thank you to those of you that have been sending some lovely messages for Danny. He is feeling much better. He's still in quite a lot of pain, but he's certainly able to move around more now. He's been out a couple of times, so he's definitely more mobile than he was. It's just going to take a few weeks to heal, most certainly. But yeah, he's seen all your messages, so thank you very much for that. He's been busy over the past few days. We decided, those of you that have been with us for a while, we talked about this a month or so back. So we sell yarn, obviously, in our Etsy shop, amongst other things, and with it being summer, yarn sales have gone down, Etsy fees have gone up and up and up, and we decided to take a break just to restock and see how we were going to handle everything that was going on. There is a cost of living crisis in the UK, which I'm sure is having an effect as well. So over the past month, we have been thinking quite a bit about this and what are we going to do. We did say we wouldn't stop selling yarn, and that is still true. We won't stop selling yarn. We just need to find a more cost-effective way of keeping our business going. So we've taken a decision, I think, to come off Etsy. The fees are just too high, and with everything else going on, it's making it a challenge. So Danny's been working on a new website over the past few days. There won't be a shop update until probably the 1st of October. This is going to take us a little bit of time to sort out. The yarn advent will keep going on as it's been doing on Etsy. Nothing will change there. The advent went up on sale on Monday. It was slightly late. I completely forgot about it. How bad's that? So it did go up on sale on Monday. That stays on for a week and it'll come off. That will stay as is on Etsy for now. Well, all the way till the end of the advent. We're not closing the Etsy shop. We're going to keep the Etsy shop open, but it will be only for digital downloads, I think. This is all subject to change. That will be open for digital downloads because we will be doing some of those as well. So Danny's working really hard on a new website, and hopefully that will be up and running in time for the next lot of updates that we do, which I'm thinking is probably going to be the 1st of October, because it's going to take a while. And like I say, Etsy fees are just too much at the moment, far too much. For what our sales are, Etsy fees are very, very high. So that's where we're at with the shop and things. So we will be coming back. We're just going to come back in a different way. I've mentioned digital downloads. So any patterns that I make, which there haven't been very many, and I'm not sure there will be very many patterns, they will probably stay on Etsy. And by digital downloads, I just mean Cricut downloads. So you all know that I've got a Cricut machine. It's my new best friend. I absolutely love it. I use it so much, so much to make all sorts of things. And the designs that you use are called SVGs. Any of you that have got a Cricut already know this. So I've been having some fun designing my own. So there will be those going on for sale. So yeah, that is the plan, to add a few SVGs, just because I'm really enjoying making them and it's something that I do use. So I've been using the Procreate app. Now, obviously I've got an iPad. I've had it for quite a while. And while I was doing the SVGs, I've been using a program called Inkscape, which was really, really good. The problem is it's quite difficult to use, and I've spent the past month following so many tutorials on how to use this program. I found it really difficult. Maybe other people would find it easier, I don't know. But I've finally sort of figured out how to use this program. And then I couldn't do quite what I wanted it to do. So I'd seen this other app on the iPad called Procreate, and it's basically a drawing app that you do directly onto the iPad. So Danny had bought me this app. I think it was $8.99 for the app. And oh my God, I've been addicted to it. So there are so many tutorials on getting you going on this app. But when I've been combining the Procreate app to do my initial design, and then Inkscape as well to add text and lettering to things, it's been really good and I've really enjoyed making it. But I'm going to show you a couple of the things that I've been making on the Procreate app. So this first one was a tutorial that I followed along on YouTube. So, oops, getting a lot of glare. Yeah, you can see the window in there, look. That I followed along on YouTube. There's Finn. Hi, Finn. So there's that one. That one. I've been really enjoying it. I made this one and I printed it out for Josh and he's got it in his room. That's a baby Yoda. That one wasn't a tutorial. Oh, a dobby. Obviously I've got to make a dobby. And then this is what I mean about the SVG. So I've made this one on Procreate and then I'll send this one to Inkscape and I'll put lettering around it to make an SVG for the Cricut machines, which I really like. And this one you can put a name in the middle of it. So I've been having a lot of fun learning that. So I'm hoping that there'll be some of those coming into the shop as well. It's just trying to give our business the best chance that we can give it, which does mean introducing other products as well. The yarn won't stop. The yarn is something that we're both really passionate about. That's what started our little shop in the first place, and it won't stop. But yeah, it's just seeing what other things that we can do with the current UK crisis going on at the moment and everything else. It's just adding other things in as well. So there will be other things for sale. If you don't want to see those other things, the yarn updates will always be on the 1st of each month, as we've been doing all the way along. So if you're just there for the yarn, you know that the update will be on the 1st of each month. I'm hoping we can figure out how to do a newsletter for the website. The problem is, with anything like this, I'm not technically minded at all, and Danny's much better than me, but he's still not brilliant at this kind of stuff. So we're kind of having to, well, in this situation for the website, Danny's sort of figuring it all out on his own. And I'm just like, oh yeah, just go for it. So it's really difficult. Everything's a challenge for us to learn, but learn it we will and carry on we will. Like I say, I'm hoping we can get a newsletter up and running on the website. There will be PayPal, just like you use with Etsy. You can pay with PayPal or credit card, exactly the same way that you pay with Etsy. We're going to be doing it via Shopify, I think. We've looked at a few, and I think Shopify is the one that we're going for, which is quite a popular one. And we'll just take it from there. So watch this space. We'll keep you all up to date with what's going on and what's happening. But for now, the only thing that's going on sale is the advent calendars. The advents are on month 6 at the moment. So the current advent that's on sale on Etsy is month 6. That will stay on sale until Monday. Then I will remove it and begin dyeing all the yarn. So the yarn then will be shipped a few days after, so probably towards the end of next week, possibly the beginning of the week after, just depending on drying times and one thing and another. Etsy did have some huge glitches yet again during our adding the advent to the shop. I know that it only affected a couple of people. It charged one person in the UK $12.95 shipping. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what went on, but one person paid $12.95 shipping. So I've managed to rectify it, got it all sorted out, which was just shocking. I don't know what is going on. When I did the last update, the last big update that we had, there was a lot of problems on the Etsy app. Everything just went wrong. It wouldn't allow some people in the UK. It was saying we didn't ship to that location. It was in the UK, so why wouldn't we? I don't understand. It was saying things were out of stock, and they were in stock. It was showing on the listing that they were in stock. So it's past couple of months, it's been a challenge. So when it happened again this month, I was just like, oh my God, it's gonna do. But I think I've sorted it all out. The listing is up there with the correct postage, and it will stay up until Monday next week. So that being said, this last part of this podcast was one huge waffle. If you've made any sense out of the waffle that I've just spoken, then well done, because I don't know what I've been saying. But thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Keep an eye out on the channel over the next few days. I'm going to try and get a vlog up this week or early next week if we can. And there should be some more information to follow about what's happening with the shop as and when we figure things out. But thank you for coming back to join me, everybody. Thank you for just always showing your support and just being the most amazing bunch of subscribers we could have had. So thank you so much. And I will see you again next week for episode 39. Bye, everybody.